the 20th of November 2024. Very good morning to your viewers watching West Nile TV right upon this morning. And we're back one more time for this week's edition of the Business Bank program, running on West Nile TV every single Wednesdays from the hour of 11 a.m. to 12 noon. And this show runs on a Star Times channel 477, Zuko channel, that is a 0073, and Azam TV channel 369, and watch us on YouTube, X, Facebook, all the social handles. You get us live there. Now, I want to say thank you so much. Your host is back a little bit on site, and today being a Wednesday, yeah, I'm not alone. Most times people do say, hey, we are having gents on this show simply because we're trying to balance it a little bit. As I think 2 weeks ago we did had a lady for this show. Last week we had a gentleman, and again today we are having a gentleman. So this alone sends a message to the ladies: let's get enough time and invest in business. If you cannot, allow your partner to, hey, just help you and you get into this business, for as long as you have the business mentality and you have the capability to manage your business. Sometimes you invest in business simply because your friend is in it, or else someone is doing that very particular business. After admiring it, you venture into it, but you cannot manage this business. Don't have time for a business, you don't really commit yourself, and when you do, you're not so passionate about that work you're doing. Trust me, at the end of the day, there's nothing that really yields a fruit for you. So as a lady, when you're venturing into business, go with full chest. Go that I am coming for this business to stay. One important thing you need to do for your business is give your business time. The moment you give your business time, trust me, the rest of the things are going to be easy. When you have the capital and you don't have time for this business, someone else is managing it, the person is doing this and that, running here and there, trust me, things are not going to work the way you expect. So people are going to give you a different knowledge, a different skills on how they're running their business, what are the do's and the don'ts of their business. And someone out there wants to start a business, but then you do not really know what best you can do for yourself. You have all the opportunities to tap on this link and watch us, follow us, and then tell us what you need to know. And if there's something that we have really aired out and it helps you, you as well are dropping your comments. That, of course, those ones who are watching us on YouTube. I want to say thank you so much for watching us for the very first time. You are at the right TV, and this is West Nile TV. We're lighting up the region. Yeah, like I did say earlier on, that I am not alone for the show. I have my guest. He will be introducing himself, telling us more about his business, the origin about the business, or when he started the business, what inspired him to start this business, what are the challenges he is facing in this business, much as the benefits of the business, the future plan. These are things we learn in this program, and it helps you to start up something that you really need for yourself. Not to take much longer on this, allow me to introduce him, and he tells us more about himself. Yes, sir, you're most welcome. Tell us your name and brief history about your business. First thing first, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm called Andrew Ebu. I am professionally a graphic designer. Um, I've been in business for quite some time. I think I would say from 2008. And that's when I established a business registered in the names of Authentic Impressions and Graphics. And that the official registration was done in 2012. And yeah, we've been in business over these years. We've seen the sweet side, the bitter side of things, and all that. Yeah, thank you.
Before you actually give us a brief background about this business, why did you go with that name, Authentic Graphics? What came over you to have that name?
Yeah, I love being authentic. I love being straight, pure. It's clean. It's not. I don't like the things of having doubts about whatever I do. And I think I thought about it over and over, and I felt that was one of the best thing I could do. So I decided to register it as Authentic Impressions and Graphics. Yeah, thank you.
You're most welcome. At the moment, people do have business names attached to the names. Like, yeah, I have some small business that's running with my name. It's just a suggestion. And then away from that, before you came with this name, did you had other names before this Authentic Graphics, or this was the final name you had and you just loved it? You never consulted friends, like I need to go with this name, I need to go with maybe Andrew's Graphics and so forth. Did you have that, or you just came with your name once and for all, you went and registered it?
Mainly, that was the first main idea that came in my mind. Although there were a bit of changes, I later on came with the idea of adding the limited because I was trying to look into something much broader. And okay, originally I am a graphic designer by profession. I studied industrial art from Makerere University. I am a degree holder. So basically, there's nothing much like inspiring me. It's what I really studied, and I'm trying to practice what I learned. So that's the main thing. And to tell you the truth, I love what I do. I love what I do, and it is the money side of things. But I feel so nice to make when I do something and someone is happy with what they walk away with. They're paying me money, right? But at the end of it all, my pleasure also comes in the sense that someone feels, I think what I've done is good. And how I get to know that is how people always do referrals. I operated a business for quite a good number of years without even a simple signpost, no banner, no nothing. But I was operating and the business kept growing. And that was what gave me that energy that I think I'm doing the right thing to people because, find people talking here, people are calling you, people you've never known, and I know that, yeah, it kept on like that. It was a long journey, but out of it, I've derived a lot, I've learned a lot, yeah.
That's interesting. All I need to tell you as a business owner out there is if you do not love what you do, that's a no for you. The moment you start something, first thing first, love it. Have passion about it. How can you venture into a business that at the end of the day, you are just going to abandon it like that? Why would you abandon something that you do not like? Your friend, he told me that, Bits, you know what? When something doesn't work out for me, I am quitting. Yes, you have right to quit, but unless the thing is not working out for you. You start a business year in, year out. You're just getting lost in this business. What is the purpose of this business? Maybe that's not your call. Is there another thing that you can venture into? Sometimes it might be mismanagement. As you say, a small-scale business is a business that is run by an individual person. And how are you running this business? Where are you seeking your advice from? What are the do's and the don'ts of this business you are doing? Who are you going to when things are not working on well? Most times you go to people who are not even into business. You go to people who are not in position to advise you. You go to people who are telling you know what? When that business is not doing well, get that money, let's eat it. Let's booze it. At the end of the day, you're going to have this hangover for 2 days. In the next 2 to 3 years to come, you will be having no business. You are not having anything to do. The money is gone, the friends are gone, you're left lonely. Then where are you starting from? Go to people who have business ideas. Like I am doing this and that, but things are not working. What do you think I need to do? Could it be customer language? Could it be something to do with your business? Find out, dig deep, look for the root cause of this. Then at the end of the day, come back, sit alone, have a self-meeting. Then there you go. You can talk to yourself. That's the self-meeting I'm talking about. I don't know, most times I get in my room, I speak alone, I shout. People will think I'm getting mad, but trust me, guys, I'm having self-meeting with myself. At times you'll be talking in sleep, like you're not even sleeping, but as if you're sleeping, the whole thing keeps confusing you. That's how bad business people are. They're always stressed. But they know how to wake up from that stress. Like I keep telling, when you have a problem here, you're not going to run away from this problem, because the moment you run, tomorrow you'll come, this problem will meet you. Until you fix it, you start from there. I think when we started this, you haven't given for us a brief history or maybe a biography about this business, how it started, how we reached here, what happened, how long it took you to have all these machines and so forth. And that is basically what I'll request you to take us through. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This journey has been long, like I said in the beginning. I started this whole thing, I think I would say in 2007, when I came to Arua, basically to work with someone. And working with someone, work was all going well until along the way, somewhere we had our differences. And towards the end of the year, somehow, someone whom I'd ever served from the other previous place picked interest. I was like, "Ah, you can't just be like that. Let me give you a corner in my shop. You start doing something." I had no computer, I had no nothing to start anything. But the good thing, the little money that I was paid from the job I was doing, that brought me to Arua, I was able to buy a printer. I had it was like around 300. You know, 300 when you have 300,000 in your pocket to feed you, to transport you, to buy the printer, like I'm saying, because I bought a printer of 85,000 by then, a small HP, and then some paste for printing T-shirts. Yeah, because by then I'd already actually finished school, so I knew what I wanted to do. So that's how I started. She gave me space, so I would contribute some little rent. I would buy power, all that, and kept on going. And that was in Obi Plaza. So somewhere around 2009, no, 2010 actually, a friend of mine who was working at Posta Uganda came over and told me, Andrew, I know this could be funny. There's some room, which is a very dilapidated place, but I have a feeling if you put your hands on it, would be something for you. Yeah, because I see the way you're operating here, you're limited in space and all those kind of things. Because the way I'm operating, first of all, I don't have a copy of the key. I have to wait for someone to open for me the door and all those kind of things. So I went, saw the place. I found they were cooking inside the place. It was looking black from the floor to the roof, to the ceiling and everything. But I was like, no, I think this would work for me. So I renovated the place at the post office. That's when I started operating there. Yeah. But initially, even the computer, I didn't tell you that bit. The computer that I used for the business, I borrowed. It was only the printer that I owned, and a table. I made a table that I could use. So a chair I made. So that's how I started my business in the corner. Bit by bit, things started picking up. At the post office, a few people picked interest in me. It was not about how much I had, but it was about my ability to deliver what they wanted. So that's how business kept going. So I just made it a point. At a certain point, I bought my own computer, bought some other printers that could do bigger things. And my strategy in business had always been plan for one thing, buy it, put it down. When you have that, and how I've been doing business is not that I look for the big money. I do photocopying. If someone gives me 100 shillings from photocopying, that money is saved because I don't want to spend it in any way. All this that you've seen here was from photocopying, from doing, scanning, from, those small, yes, those small things. That's how the business has been from that time. So after some time, I think around 2018, we had some challenge at post office. I think there was some development that was supposed to take place. So we were again they terminated our tenancy, because now by that time we had the tenancy agreement with Posta Uganda, where we were paying rent and now directly to Posta Uganda. And when that happened, I was like, now where do I go? I didn't know where to go. Rent also becomes a challenge. By that time, I was already paying like around 380,000 per month. And then, luckily enough, I got some room somewhere opposite Arua Hill ground, opposite the current stadium now, which is being built. I got space there. I moved in, but the challenge was the rent. I was paying 380 here. When I went there, rent was at 600,000. So I scratched my head. I was like, how will I manage? First of all, I'm relocating to a new location. Not so many customers would know where I've gone and all those kind of things. So that was another challenge. But sometimes as a business person, you should also be a risk taker at the same time. So I decided to go in. I started business there. Surprisingly, many people who knew about me at post office followed me. And things kept on moving well. And then somewhere, that was around 2021, almost around election time, some idea came in my mind. I was like, why don't I get a large format printer? And getting the large format printer, first of all, where I was occupying in Arua Hill was really packed almost to the doorstep. So I was just like, now where do I start from? I started looking for a house. Through some small connections, I got a room behind Esumat, where there's that room where there's a pharmacy currently next to where there's that saloon. I got that space. When I got the machine, that's where I brought the machine. This large format printer. I brought it in there, but the one in Arua Hill was still existing. So now, where I came in here, the rent there was at I was paying. It was around 600 also, around 600,000. So now I was paying 600 double. Yes. But of course, by that time now I had also employed people who were supposed to be like helping me do a few things here and there. So the challenges were there. Sometimes we're like, how am I going to manage this? I have now brought people on board. I have these expenses, personal things, family issues. But, you know, as long as you focus, it drives you. You know, I have to be what I want to be one day and all that. So that's how I kept on. So at a certain point, good enough, they gave me a bigger room behind, plus the one in front which I was occupying. So now I decided to shift the items which were in Arua Hill and now brought them also in town. There I spent a few months because the owner of the house is also the same one who owns where I am right now. After a few months, the guy was like, you know what, I want to finish up my building, put it as a hotel and all the things, so I have somewhere I want to take you. So that's why he decided to bring me here. So all this comes with challenges. The challenge with the movements, first of all, was so many of my customers vanished because so many of them didn't know where I'd gone. Even if we were living, trying to spread out information, we've located to this place, but not everyone would, of course, follow you. Others, the inconvenience of the distance and all those things. So that's how it had been. But all in all, yeah, I think where we are, I feel we are on track. Things are moving, and yeah, we have a better capacity than we had before. And I believe in town, those who know us, they so much believe in what we do. Because we're also trying our best to live by our names. We don't want to give a wrong impression out there. It should be authentic. Yeah. Uh,
That's really lovely, as he did say that no risk, no story. That's one thing you need to know, and I love that quote so much. When it comes to business, you really, really need to take risks. If you do not take risks, you are not going to reach your desire or your goals that you needed to achieve. For as long as it's a risk that you feel it's going to be good for your business, take it. Go for it. Say, I am going for it, and let the risk be worth it. If it's not going to be worth it, trust me, your risk is going to put yourself as well in risk. And the business itself won't carry meaning, won't carry name, won't carry image, won't carry anything that you feel it's sold. So whenever you're stepping in for something, be ready to face it, be ready for the challenges, be ready for anything. If he was to be other people from 380 going to 600, really? Who does that? I am not going. So are you going to pack and go home and start this all together from your balcony, from your sitting room, from anywhere you wish to? But he said, no, since this is business, I am so passionate about it, I'll have to pay the 600,000. Still the same, he continued moving. You had a story for yourself. I do not want to dilute it. So all in all, when you're going for something, go with full chest, go all-heartedly, go knowing that I am stepping in for this because I love the work I am doing. That's what he can bring for you. Right about now about his business, why he started and how he reached here is what he has actually brought for you. So there's you out there who wants to start such a work. Where are you going to start? You always know that most times when people start giving you their biography about the work they are doing, there's no way someone's just wake up and start from where he is right now. It's either always at someone's veranda or right from your sitting room or at your own veranda in the compound at home there, or at under the mango tree, or in some corridors. You know, it has different stories depending where you started this work from. Little did he know that he is going to reach to this extent and have all these people who are going to work with him, and then how you're going to treat the people you work with you matters. This is of reminding people, you know, you don't know where I started from. You know, some bosses are bad. Let's be very serious. You keep reminding your workers, you all don't know where I started this from. You know, having some words on my, you'll be like, wow, is that one coming from my boss? But I thought you needed a hand to, you know, extend the work so easily. I came, give you the support, but then if these are the words I'm getting from it, does not help. As a boss as well, know how to handle your workers, know how to deal with them. You know your worker better, your worker knows you better. So how are you going to deal with the employee matters. When you employ someone, make sure you are going to give this person that comfort environment to work, not making this person at comfort zone. You have come to work, but then how about the terms and conditions of this work? Is what you need to discuss. It helps a lot at workplace. And when you're doing this, it gives you great example for someone to go out there and preach about you. You know, that one, he's so good. He's like A, B, C, D. Then someone goes out say, you know, my boss doesn't understand. When they say they don't understand, that's something else. You start putting question mark, okay, how are you working there when your boss doesn't understand? Are you guys always quarreling and so forth and so forth? These things come, but then you know how best to handle this. Still watching West Nile TV. The program going on is Business Bank every single Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to noon. And of course, your host is Lady Bits. I am not alone today. You know, everyone is just, we do have guests in the building. And I am with Andrew. Of course, that is authentic graphics for you. And in which we're giving you all the services. I think I'll kindly request you, Mr. Andrew, to give us all the, to say, the what? The products, I mean the works that you do here. What are the services that you offer to people? If you possibly can mention few of them to us and we say our best. And besides the location of this place, we haven't actually tackled that.
Sure. Thank you. Authentic Impressions and Graphics is located in Concord Business Center. We're in the ground floor. The room number is A118. And in Authentic, we basically do a lot of things that deals with printing, that there's branding, there's photocopying, printing, bit examinations, you need full color, we do large format printing, yeah, a lot. Invitation cards if you need, you know, receipts, invoices, a lot of the things. Maybe like 2016 is coming, campaign posters, yeah, if you need banners, all the things. And other things like branding, mostly these promotional items. If you need t-shirts, yeah, you need caps, you need umbrellas, a lot of things. We do a lot. We cannot exhaust them all. We print calendars, any size you need. We print exams. Actually, like right now, we are more busy with examinations because we're printing the examinations for the Diocese of Madea and West Nile. And yeah, we handle all sorts of business that you would have, because first of all, in terms of machines and equipment, at least we've invested a lot in that. And I think that's one thing that sets us apart. At least people who deals with us knows the difference we have in town, because it is not an issue of, let me first go do ABC from there, then I come back, this, and that. When you give us an order and we've told you, okay, we're able to do this, you know it is all going to be done in one location. And yeah, we're fully equipped. We have the large format printers, we have the Xerox digital printers, we have this heavy duty photocopying machines that does equally printing black and white. We have enough machines. If you have some work of yours you want to edit on computers, we have available computers. We have the heavy-duty trimming machines that people use. I think in town we might be the only ones with it in town here. Yeah, where we trim books. Like, yeah, there are a lot of people who do the same business, but of course they come and do the trimming from us because we're reliable. Yeah, we have the perfect binding machines. We have the DTF machines for T-shirts, where if you need your T-shirts branded with it, any kind of thing you want to see on your T-shirt, be it your photo, be it your company logo, any kind of thing that you want to brand on your T-shirt or on your caps, you know, yeah, we're able to do that for you. And then the large format printing, we have stickers, we have banners, any size of a banner you need, run to us, we'll be able to give you that. Yeah, please.
Yeah, we have got that. Now let's look at the location of this place. I don't know. Yeah, people do follow where work is done well. The name of the place speaks for itself. And then a little bit, it's kind of hidden. If you look at it right now, and when anyone who comes in newly, like how I came in, I'll definitely be like, wow. This also takes place here. You remember when I came here first day, and of course that was my question. And how do you handle such? Like for instance, let's just basically talk about your location of this place. How like effective do you normally receive customers? These I'm talking about new customers, not these old ones who come almost daily or who have been there with you.
Yeah, that's a challenge, because why I would say it's a challenge, every business has its challenges. First of all, in terms of location, it does not favor us so well. But in terms of the space we have within the premise, it's the best place I can have around town. Even if the rent might be a little high, but it's manageable in terms of how I see things run. Yeah, it is the best place I could have in town. Because for you to get a space this big in the middle of town, trust me, it will cost you an arm. So at the end of it all, I feel it is fair, it is convenient, it is safe. In terms of security here, we have over 4 askaris with guns outside there throughout the night. Even daytime, there are askaris around. So security-wise, we're safe. Because I would not want to invest in all these machines, and then the next morning I come, there's nothing in the room. You get? Those are factors. There are costs and benefits surrounding all these kind of things. Yeah. In terms of location, yeah, we've tried to have a signage out to try and let people get to know there is business of this kind. But sometimes it doesn't serve enough. So that's why of late we moved into something like where we're trying to really move so much into sales, try to move around to institutions or to companies, to businesses and organizations who would be our potential clients, to let them know about our existence, so that in case there's, even like when they are like pre-qualifying people, at least would be considered in one way or another, because at least we have interfaced with them before. Yeah. It's a challenge in terms of location, that's right, you're right. But we're trying to bridge that gap. And it is not something that will work out in 1 or 2 days or a month. It's a process we're trying to work on. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, and I believe that will definitely work out. People working in corridors, people are working in deep corridors. I've always visited, I'll be like, wow, how do these people really get clients? But then, surprisingly, you go there, and of course, again, the room is busy. You'll be like, okay, how do people use like their marketing strategies to attract guys in this? Coming that, our dear viewers, thank you so very much for still being with us. West Nile TV, Lady Bates, together with Andrew, we are here for you to give you all the details you need about your work, about what you need to start, anything related to work. We'll be giving you everything into details. We are going in for a short commercial break, but when we get back, we'll pick up from right where we left, and then immediately we tap on a few things. Do not move away from your TV. This is still West Nile Television. We lighting up the region. Good morning.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Ekiki nsasula emyezi 3 n'empangula. Ha!
Abayo, kubadde ki?
Kituufu wensasula emyezi 3 mpangula. Kituufu.
Subscribe for 3 months to any package of your choice, or grab an Azam TV kit and pay for 3 months and stand a chance to win life-changing rewards. Android smart TVs, fridges, motorcycles, and that is not all. You could walk away with free subscription or the grand prize of 20 million Ugandan shillings in cash. Yes, 20 million grand prize. Subscribe today and enter the draw. For more information, 031 2308 900 or visit any Azam TV dealer near you.
Azam TV, entertainment for everybody. In the dance of shadows and light lies the heart of Uganda's resilience amidst the challenges of the night, where innovation meets necessity and education refuses to be dimmed, where connection thrives in the absence of power. Embrace the power of the sun with StarTime's solar range of solutions and empower your journey towards a brighter tomorrow. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back from that break. Want to say thank you so much for those who have just joined us. West Nile TV, lighting up the region, and the program on set is a business bank. We're actually in the last 30 minutes of this show, and I want to tell you, you haven't missed much, though there's some key things that you have missed, but still, nevertheless, watch us on YouTube. You get all the details that you need: Star Times, Azam TV, Zuku TV, X, that is of course previously Twitter, Facebook. All the social handles were right there for you to get what you need. Hey, allow me to first of all say hi to my producer, that is Elliot. It's been long, by the way, as I last took you out. You know, one of these days we are going out. I remember you have some project that is coming, but Elliot. Anyways, let's leave that aside. Authentic graphics and design, that's where we are right now. And in this very particular place, quite a number of things do happen: printing, binding, photocopying, a lot of things. If I mention others, because adani parire mala badiyar bo parime na manesar mala amamine karibu otitadi hirada rotira tujara nere eredozo duna alalvo sawa towi perevo sawa azia na sawa eka mantino pizuri e alena tinimo da narles ko hamatino dalebe di atamva androbedene iramani onze azivu no madanza tedara mini azini maza kozu kilili le sawa des mi male azida rakaka ike yomene le kan kumene visuale na reka bler le ko misune engani yoda asidriase kan kumente game ngar le ko aneka de fiezie zine maria izinga yomane visuale na hale wede raya marifi ale ni esia dasia kan marifi business re mala kan kutujara mala baze ne feborsia kan marifi because magina alenia ale vine tema gini metorarsia at the end of the day mimi sune azidin le sokene pa kunga kini yo mental le ko midisu miangazi kan ko misumi abaza malia mirisu na family nda yere higher than here. Adiani may be wishing ya kumbe it is you who entered in this business unwillingly because someone is in it. I also want to get into it. You start copying, then after copying, at the end of the day, things all boom, they're down. Anyways, most welcome back from that break, and then eventually you will pick up from the marketing strategy. I did ask you about that. Earlier on, you talked of having strategic plans, as you say, about visiting other people's different business entities to have business done with you. Is there someone specifically allocated for you to do marketing, or you do online marketing, or it's someone else who does that? Is something I really need you to help us and clarify the air with.
At the moment, I think there's a lot of, I don't know whether to call it a transition. There's a lot happening because we ventured into something else. And that element of that something else has pushed us into really getting to realize, I think there's need for doing a lot of sales and marketing, and which we're trying to get into, like the social media. We're trying to be more of online. And then also we'll have a team. Actually, we'll be moving as a team to try and, because at least I have people whom I work with. So there are people who can sit in for me, do what I need, and all that kind of thing. So as we actually started that a bit, but we kind of took a little break. We ventured into some other idea of the government's bit of things, which government still go along with what we're doing. there's a bit of corporate wares and all sorts of things. So that bit of the element has actually opened our eyes to realize I think there's need to do a lot of marketing out there because, and right now we have a team, people who are trying to handle social media kind of thing and online availability. And then I have also a lady whom I've brought on board specifically more of into the bit of sales and marketing. Yeah, and we're trying, and yeah, through person to person bit also is another strategy, and it's working. Yeah.
Yeah, I always love it when different business owners do say that I have a lady behind my marketing or heading my marketing team. It feels good. Why I'm saying so is, we ladies, we have the language. We really try so much to convince customers. Someone say, if you can convince a boyfriend to love you, why don't you convince a customer to come in and do this for us? So you find it easy for most of the organizations having their marketing team led by a lady. That's of course a flower for the ladies. Let's do it. Let's continue with that work. And when you're doing it here, let's be so passionate about it. Market it like you're marketing your own work. This is mine, and let's do A, B, C, D together. At the end of the day, discounts come. At the end of the day, the flowers will be given to you. At the end of the day, they will really definitely appreciate you. And the more you do that, the more you get more opportunities. Now let's look at the challenges of this very particular work. I know earlier on you had mentioned a few of them. You can still add for us some few of the challenges that you started facing all along. The journey has been quite long. It's been hectic. It's been busy. It's been with good sides. It's been with bad sides. But of course, we're still here. We're still standing tall and doing it as we can, and how possible we can really give it out to people. Please take us through some of the challenges that you have been getting into.
In terms of challenges, I think there are many, and we cannot exhaust them all, because one thing as a business person, you want to reach as many customers as possible, but that might not work so easily. And then in terms of, I wouldn't want to call it competition, because one thing is the kind of business I'm doing. If you're a weak-hearted person, I might have closed long ago. Reason being, if you try to move around town, you might find almost all corridors have business that claim to be doing exactly what I'm doing. That's really true. But the difference comes in the sense that it is not about convincing the person, but we convince them through the quality of what we do. So many of what people we've dealt with have come to realize, I think there's a difference here. There's a difference between gambling and doing the real work. So that is basically what we bank on. We want to really try our best and make sure we do work professionally. Most of the time, whatever we're doing, however small it is, before we do any printing or produce anything out, we want to make sure it is proofread by the owner. They're sure that it is the right thing. You know, a lot of times we've had people who are preparing functions, or they do invitation cards or word of service, they're done out there, but then you realize it's full of errors. And you realize it is an error that cannot be corrected, so the only option you have is to print a new one, so you run again to us. So those are the costs that sometimes people find themselves in. The challenges are many. Sometimes the people to work with, they're not the kind of people you would really prefer to. So it is also a struggle to try to train them, people you get around. And then, you know, the mindset of our young people these days, they want this quick money, And it is a struggle really to get to let someone understand that you cannot really make it in one day. It's a process. So this is some of the things, and the challenges, you know, there's this price fluctuation in things. Let me give you an example of one thing that this business has been doing a lot of photocopying. From the time I joined the business, we were photocopying at 100 shillings per page. Right now, we're photocopying still at 100 shillings per page. But by then, we were buying, I think, a ream of paper at around 5,000 shillings per ream. Right now, you buy a ream of paper at 25,000. But there's nothing that you've changed, the same number of sheets which are in a ream. So, you know, actually, this is one of the, sometimes I wish we have an association of people who do printing or graphics in this town. People would sit down and learn, you know what, let's agree on this. Because we imagine by then you used to photocopy at 100 shillings, a ream was at 5,000. Right now you're photocopying at 100, the ream is at 25,000. So even the toner, the price has all gone up. So, you know, it's difficult. And then also there are these characters who are starting businesses. They are in corridors, maybe where they are paying maybe even sometimes 100 or 200 at most. And then you're here in a room where you're spending 1.2 million per month. Someone comes from there because they once went to that corridor person, did for them work at that rate, and then they expect you also, who is in this same place, to do it at that rate. How will you strike a balance? So those are the challenges. These are the kind of things that people assume is all the same, but it is only those who are like have gone through either some challenges or have hit a snag somewhere, then they realize, I think there's need to understand the things in this sense, yeah. So those are some of the bits of the things that really we go through. And also another problem has also been the issue of power. In Arua, this business, I do rely 100% on power. It is only the last three or 4 months which we've seen a really big change in power, and I really feel happy and excited that power has become one thing. Yeah, power has been a very big challenge in Arua. You can't really do much, everything, and yeah. But at least I thank God that something has changed about that bit of the whole thing. Yeah. Otherwise, that would be all I can talk about. But there are several other challenges. Of course, I can't exhaust them all, but those are the ones that comes in my mind when you talk about a challenge. Yeah, basically. Thank you.
Right, that's a good one. Challenges in business are there and they keep you going, they keep you strong. A business without a challenge is actually no business. Away from that, what you need to know about a competition in business, it comes positively to give you more energy to do what you're supposed to. And most times I do say that when you have competition in business, do not say that this person has come to overthrow you. Your work is quite different from that person's work. How about, as he has said, those ones who are having these printings, photocopyings at the corridors, and then those ones who have not been doing the work well, but they still come here, the work has to be, they have to redo it. Then you'll be like, okay, what was this person doing? Like, this is the same thing I am doing, but when you compare the two, the outcome, you realize these are almost the same machine. What happened? Maybe sometimes it carries different weights. Yeah, there's people gambling. Maybe they didn't even really study for this course. They'll be like, okay, this is not something I don't need to go study. Yeah, everyone can borrow anywhere. I mean, everyone can go out there, borrow machines, start the work. Do you have the passion about this work? Do you have an idea how to do this work? Sometimes you see you have to photocopy an ordinary idea. It comes in different shapes. You'll be like, okay, when someone does it, it's unique. You ask, what is happening? So that's when you know that there's a difference between gambling and doing the right work. So when you really want to do something, first thing, if you love that work, go study for it. Though most people, even I myself, sometimes they say that,
Also take time to understand what you intend to do, because if you rush into something because you think you're copying someone, the person whom you're copying has the original idea. You're copying, and then it will reach a point where that person will disappear. How will you proceed from there? Yeah, that's the thing. That's one thing I see a lot in this town. The mentality of copying. There are a lot of people who walk in here, then see everything they're seeing here, then they think, this is all started at a go. There are people who have dumped their millions of shillings. Either they borrow or they do what, because they are copying. They don't have the original idea. They think so and so has money. But you don't know. Me, all the machines I have in here came in because there was need. I sat down, realized there's need for this machine, put money in it, and indeed, trust me, all that I have here has done their work in their own aspects. So those are some of the things that people really tend to, those are things that people really, some learn the hard way, Others, that's it. Because you can dump your money in and you realize the money is not coming, but for someone it's working. So just because you've not understood how the business runs, what is behind that business, and there's a lot. So many people come in here, they see things, they have stuff and all that, but there's a lot that they do in the background that they don't understand. Sometimes I was away, just briefly. You find there's work is supposed to be done, but the colored printer is down. And sometimes because, I'm also interested in having, I have a lot of interest in fixing machines left and right. So that is one thing that I would say openly sets me apart from the rest of the people. Because these machines, if every small problem you have, you're calling a technician trust me, you will not manage. Even the machine they were using for printing exams there, at one point is down. At least I have an idea. If goes to an extreme, that's when I contact a technician. So in the long run, I'm able to save some money because of my knowledge, my adventure, and all that. Yeah, it keeps things moving. So basically, that's it. It's always good to do what you understand. Take time to even if you don't have a lot of knowledge about what you intend to do, but take your time to learn a lot about what you're doing. Because there are challenges which will come along your way. If you've not learned so much about it, you will be knocked off and you find you've burnt your fingers. Thank you.
Really interesting right there coming in from Mr. Andrew. Anyways, that alone will definitely usher us into that is advantages of this business, or what you are in position to notice within the few years we have been into this business. What are the benefits you're in position to get all these years you have been in, and that made you to really have, to sit in one place to continue with this business from day one up to now?
The benefits are there, of course, with everything. If there were no good things about this from the time I started, it wouldn't have been existing. The benefits are there. Through this, it's how I earn a living. I have a family. I'm educating my children. I've built house for myself. At least I've managed to drive myself. There's a lot, and I still have plans. Through the business, I'm able to expand because I buy machines. And also gives me pride. I've also employed other people who are also, and it makes me feel at least I'm doing something. And on top of that, I love it. And one thing unique about this business, it is so diverse. It's about your creativity. It is not limited. Your creativity gives you the opportunities. You get? So that's one thing that I love about it. And yeah, I'm that kind of person. I don't like being restricted. I love exploring ideas. Yeah. That's the side of all I can say. Thank you.
All right, let's really leave that. Most times I do say that anytime you venture into business, if you do not realize the importance, sit down and ask yourself, why am I not getting profit in this business? Why always loss? Why 247 I am not getting what I need from this business? How long has this business? Sometimes people want to rush, yeah? 1-2 years you want to realize big money from this business, but you are also battling with challenges. So how are you going to realize a profits when there's a lot of loss that you need to fix? You need to bring in this, you need to bring in that, you need to share ideas. Quite a number of things that you need to first sit down and analyze. How am I going to bring this to work on the way I want? Work on the way customers will love and appreciate that, yes, that is the place, nowhere else. Let's go to him and we'll do our work the way we want. She will do this and that, much as the price is high, but the quality also matters. When someone provides, gives you quality, at the end of the day, you'll be like, yes, I love this work. I think I need to go back to this person again. Time after you realize that your work that you need to do with someone will be amazing. You'll be like, yeah, nice doing business with you. It's been awesome. So next time, you'll definitely come back to this person. Work begins afresh, and then you'll be like, yeah, I think that's the right place. And then you keep recommending people more and more and more. That's how actually people tend to get customers. I will come, I'll do my work, someone will love it. Yes, where do you get this from? I did it from this place and that place. Someone comes, definitely. I was directed by so-and-so. He approves your work, and please, can you do this for me? The person will do for you the exact work that you really need, and you walk away with smiling face, like that is the place. So the more you do that, that's as well another marketing strategy. When you come to do work from someone, learn to move out with positive message about this person. Not all the time, a lot of things. That doesn't help in business. If you want me to grow, hold my hand, lift it, let's move together. You're not going to leave me hanging. You're not going to leave me down here. What if I grow alone? The beauty is some people have good heart. If no one is there for them, they'll continue to do what it really fits you in society. Be like, okay, though you didn't lift up my hand, they don't even say those words. Be like, okay, let's work together. But when you reach that level you are in right now, you refuse to lift my hand. What if you are to do it together? Don't you think we'll grow and reach that level and even expand and bring more people? When you're doing business, mind of other people. When someone is ready to learn, bring the person in. For as long as the person doesn't, the person contains pressure. because work needs pressure. Let's look at your future plans about this business in the next few years to come. Probably let's say 3 to 4 years to come. I know there's a lot because this is not where we started. We keep dreaming day in, day out in business. We keep dreaming. I want to do this. The moment you want it, trust me, when you want something, you always go for it. For instance, you need some beautiful ladies here. I want that one. I think that's how you even end up acquiring your mama babies. So let's look at the future plans for this work in the next 3 to 4 years to come. What do you intend to do about this work? I see it's a very, very large place. I really so much appreciate it. So please, your plans.
In terms of plans, we have a lot. Like I told you at a certain point, we're trying to venture into other things because we're trying to create this. It's a brand we're creating, but at the end of it also, we want to create reliability. Something whereby if I tell you, because me, I believe in this mentality whereby if I tell you I'm not able to do for you the thing, I know I'm not able. But if I tell you I'm able to do it for you 100% the way you want it. So that's why I have plans. We intend to acquire bigger machines, of course, for doing what we're doing. Right now we have big machines, but they're not to that point. Yeah, it's not really what we plan to do. We need something whereby at least we can do for you thousands of copies within a period of 30 minutes or an hour at most. We're able to do for you a full color print of posters, whatever you need, and it's able to be worked out. And we're working on how to improve on the capacity of our staff. How can, like, those who are able to learn new things, so that we're able to have a dynamic team who are able to serve customers in a very robust way. The problem is there's always pressure here. This is a business with pressure. Sometimes we find I spend the night in here doing work because it's needed so badly. It does happen a lot, and it's not because of anything, but just because I don't want a customer who is disappointed. A customer walks disappointed, will talk to several others out there. Like, that place, if you go to that place, you will just get disappointment. That's one thing I always try my best. That's why even I always try to establish that connection with the customers who come in. I want to know, even when I'm not around, how were they served? Were they really comfortable with what was done for them? Yeah, I have people who are open, they're free, they always tell us, you know what, I came in when you were not there, ABCD happened, and so I try to follow up what exactly happened and why it happened this way. So basically, those are the things. Right now, we ventured into the garments bit, like I was trying to tell you. There's an establishment we have where we're doing a lot, corporate wares, we're doing protective wares, we're doing normal uniforms for school uniforms, mostly for schools and institutions, people who really use uniforms, and we really have professional tailors, and that's one thing. It's not like I'm moving out, but this is a component of the other thing. So we're trying to look at something which is a complete thing. When I tell you we're going to supply you even mere aprons, we know the quality of the aprons we're going to give you, the time frame, whatever it is, it's to standard. So that's what we're looking at for now. And trust me, it will look like it's a separate establishment of its own, but I want it to complement this. Yeah, I want it to complement this. Yeah.
Right, that's really a lovely one. And all I need to tell you is that whenever you do something, make sure you do it out of love. Please, ladies and gentlemen, when you're watching this and want to venture into something, please, let's do this with love. Let's do this because I really love to do it. Let's do this because I love my customers to walk away with smile. This is the third time this question keeps skipping off my mind. I'd had a question for you, but it keeps going out off and on. I don't know why, but here it comes. Looking at this very particular work, which busy days do you normally experience, or it's day in, day out busy? That's something I really, really need to learn from you, because I guess this is my own understanding. Sometimes it's busy throughout, though it's not, you don't get that much money every day, but at least there's no day you are not working here. But amidst that, it has busy days, like how today guys are so busy since morning, they're just too busy, like there's no space, you cannot breathe. So I want to know, which busy days do you have here, or it's just day in, day out activity?
Yes, thank you. With us here, okay, according to my experience, I think Mondays are the busiest days of the week. it is busy. I think it's in people's mind. Someone gives you an order, maybe in the course of a week, they relax. Then they remember about it on Monday that, now you start finding calls coming in.